Hi, this is Andrea, the Girl Plus Paper, and today I'm going to share my Close to My Heart Craft with Heart card subscription assembly process video with you. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that this way you don't miss out on any of my future projects. Now let's go make some cards. We're going to jump right in with card one, and I'm going to start with the base and then go over to my die cuts and punch out all the corresponding pieces for card one. I've already pre-stamped my sentiments, as you can see here, just punching out the elements, and then I'm just going to run some tape along. In the subscription kit box, you'll receive two of each card. I'm just going to show you how to make one just for the sake of time. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my foam adhesive dots that are from the middle of my shaker card elements. Use every leftover piece here close to my heart. So I'm going to use those to give some of my elements, including my sentiment here on this card, a little dimension. Add the stars with some liquid adhesive, and my card one is just about complete. Okay, now we're going to move on to card two, and I've grabbed the base for that, as you can see, and it's a shaker card. So I'm going to grab the shaker base, and then I'm going to carefully lift off the outside foam piece from my shaker window, and it's self-adhesive foam. So I'm just going to carefully try to center that as best I can. And you'll see those remaining dots in the middle. That's what I use to pop up the other dimensions. And we have these beautiful little silver sequins. I'm just going to place a few down with my aqua glue here because I just want to, I'm going to move them around, you'll see. I want to have some of those that defy gravity, so to speak. So when I load this card up, all of the shaker elements will, sort of fall to the bottom, but I want to ensure that a few of them stay up high just so it looks pretty and not so empty. So you'll see that I am now removing the protective film that comes on one side of our acetate, and I have now removed the adhesive barrier there, protector, and laid down that acetate. Now I'm just gluing down the actual shaker element, and I'm going to stick that down to my card base. Pretty easy, right? I'm punching out the foam, the overlay now for the it's basically the outside of my shaker die, and it just covers it up nicely. I'm punching out my sentiment, and I'm going to try to figure out what you can't see off screen. I'm just adding some foam dots because I wanted to pop it up and just removing the adhesive. It all looks good. I added one more here because I thought it needed just a little bit more so it didn't push down, and I'm just going to adhere that to the card. And once again, I am using some liquid glue to glue down the three little stars that came as part of the punch outs to the die cuts. And that's it for card two. Moving on to card three. Once again, I'm going to take the card base and then pop out all of the elements. It really couldn't be easier, right? You're just using the foam pop dots that are left from all these shakers that you're going to make, and just some die cuts. So I'm just going to adhere down this little black scallop strip at the top really easily. Most of my sentiments I try to pop up if it is possible because I want that to really stand out on my cards. And this one says, "To the best mother." I've stamped all of these ahead. You'll have a choice of what to put on these sentiments, and I just went most of the time with the suggestions. Okay, so I'm just popping up some of the big flower elements, and then you'll see me playing around with where to place the rest of the little pieces. I've just used my little tape runner here to glue them down, and for the most part I stick to what Close to My Heart has recommended, but you might see me move a few around here and there. I thought the placement was pretty good on this, and there you go, another card done. So we're going to move on to another little card right now. And this one, I didn't pre-stamp the sentiment because it actually goes right onto the card base. Okay, thanks so much. And then I'm going to punch out the pieces. It's a really quick and easy card, really cute. And I believe that the dies were on two different pages, but still clearly labeled as to which card I was working on. So you're just going to go ahead and find all of those cardboard die cut pieces. And I'm just adhering those down for the most part with my little tape runner. Couldn't be any simpler, right? You could get more detailed, of course. You could add more embellishments. You could put some of those little sequin stars glue those down on random cards. You could add bows and ribbon and whatever your heart desired, right? So that card was a wrap, and now we're going to move on to a shaker card. And this one's a little bit, a little bit more difficult than the rest. Not bad at all. But we're going to just start with the plain base, and you'll see I'm measuring up to see where my shaker card needs to go underneath. And basically, I found out that if I put the shaker element, the foam, up at the very top of the card, it was going to be fine. It was going to show through on my heart. You'll see that on the finished project. I decided to open the card back up because it laid down a little bit more flat, and I just sprinkled in a whole bunch of those pretty silver sequin stars. I forgot to peel off the adhesive backing, sticking down my acetate. And now I'm going to put some foam on the piece that's going to lay over the shaker element because I want to bump up that piece so that it lays flat. If not, it would be, pushed down at the bottom and it wouldn't lay even across and it wouldn't accommodate that shaker envelope, the shaker element very well. Now, once again, I'm going to just adhere down. I thought it was best to use just little dots on my liquid glue here. And I'm going to place that over my shaker element from the top. And I didn't really glue it down very, very well because I wanted to be able to move it around, as you'll see here. Okay, and the same on the bottom. I'm just adjusting it till I like where it is, and then I gave it a good rub down and one more little foam dot to place that heart up a little high. And that's it for that card. Now we are going to move on to another little simple card. I like that they bring you through the instructions, and some of the cards are a little harder and then you get a little easier. This one was a breeze to put together, a little 3x4 card. I'm just gluing down a mat. I'm going to pop up the heart element, and I had stamped the sentiment right in the middle there that said Happy Valentine's Day. And now I'm left with three little flowers. And I've just run off screen here to go ahead and cut up the little foam pieces so that they fit. They were too big to fit under my flowers and not be seen. So I just trimmed them back. Okay. So now we are on to card 7. I've stamped the sentiment on here and I'm punching out the pieces. You'll notice that the pieces are coming out really easily. There is no tearing, just a little bit of being careful and you're just fine. Okay, so I'm going to foam dot up this card here, little sentiment piece. And just following the guide, it is placed pretty square to the card. I wanted to put a little piece of foam just down the center of my butterfly. This way I could make him pop up a little bit and look like he's flying off the page. And now I'm just carefully lifting and tacking down my black leaf pieces under my sentiment. And I pretty much followed Close to My Heart's suggestions on this one. I really was happy with this card. Simple, but really beautiful. And it has lots of movement with the leaves and the butterfly. So here we are, we're back to a really easy card again. And this one I think could really benefit from some bows and stuff. But I'm just going to show you the basic card again, as is. And I'm going to resist the urge to really embellish these cards. I am just going to leave that one exactly like it is. I've changed out the sentiment. It's done. I am on the home stretch here. I think this is card number 9. And I'm just punching out the pieces. I've pre-stamped the sentiment. Picked one that I liked. I'm not sure if it was one that the exact one that Close to My Heart had suggested. That was about the only thing that like I said, I changed because I needed more birthday cards for boys and more thank you notes. I liked certain things more than others, so that's what I did. So you'll see, very simple assembly. I'm just tacking down the little hearts and another card's done. This is a really beautiful background. Some really pretty pinks and black, a very striking card, but you'll see very easy to put together. I'm going to use some liquid adhesive to just place down that scalloped border, and then I had thought about pop dotting this up, but we went ahead with just left it flat here, and sentiment will get some lift on it. And the last element is a little butterfly, and you'll see I bend those, put a skinny piece of foam tape, and I moved that one up a little bit from where Close to My Heart had it, but I thought that was pretty good. Now, this is the card that made me fall in love with the subscription. And I chose a different sentiment than is shown, as the suggested one, but it says, "You're so sweet," I think I picked. Yeah, "You're so sweet." How cute is that? So I stamped that just down a little bit. This way, when my shaker element is built over it, and you'll see me doing that here, loosening up the foam and putting that down. Um, I didn't want to cover it up, so I just didn't put it all the way up at the top. And laying it flat again, I just found that was easier so that this way none of the sequins popped out. I am popping out all of the pieces here, and there you go. There's the rim that goes around it. And one last time, we're going to pull off that acetate covering and the adhesive covering there on the foam and glue that all down. Now, there you go. There's my frame for my shaker. I pop up the bottom of, the cake here, and I decide, I put it down, but I ended up moving it down. When you're assembling yours, really take a look at where Close to My Heart suggests you putting it, because I put mine up too high originally, and when I went to stick the candles under, I saw that the candles were getting in the way of my sentiment, and I didn't really care for that. I wanted to see the sentiment, so the last minute, decided to try to carefully lift this up and put down the cake a little bit more. And just a little liquid glue, tuck some more candles under there. Card really is easy if you look at the look at the diagrams, read the instructions. They come together beautifully. So although I've sped this video up about 4 times, and here I'm deciding what I'm going to pop up. I'm going to pop up some more elements on the cake. And I'm actually missing one of the scallops for just a moment. I have to go through all the other cards up on my table to find it, and I eventually do there. Yeah, but getting back to it, just follow the instructions, follow the guide, and not very bad. All in all 12 cards took me, with some interruptions by the puppy and stuff, took me just under an hour to put all of these cards together with those interruptions in mind. So really quick and easy. Who wouldn't want to make 12 cards in under an hour? This one, I realized that I should have put the black down first. And so just try to look at the cards, see what order it looks like things are placed. That's my best advice. But all's not lost if you make a little mistake like I did. You can just pick it back up and move things around. And then I sat there for a moment and fussed with the placement. Close to My Heart tucked these little flowers underneath the heart sentiment as well. I thought I wanted them up above. So I put some foam on the back of them, and that's what I'm doing right now, lifting off the foam, and I'm playing with them just a little bit. I decided that I wanted it up a little higher, and I'm showing you that theirs is tucked under, and I've put mine on top. So that's it. If you'd like to subscribe, you see the link right there, and you just look for the subscription tab. So we're going to just quickly look at all 12 cards. So go to andreasherman.closetomyheart.com, look for the subscription, and go ahead and subscribe. Get yourself that card subscription, 24 cards in each box. And once again, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel here so that you don't miss any of my future projects. Have a crafty day, and thanks for watching.